the Shitcase Cinema.
Good luck and happy landings.
So, this is a 1976 low-budget adventure film starring Doug McClure and the great Peter Cushing as David and Dr. Perry. Now, these two have created a huge drilling machine nicknamed the Mole.
Dr. Perry here calls it a high-calibration digging machine.
It'll bore through solid rock at a rate of 78 feet per minute. And this is...
Okay, Pete, just calm down, simmer down, let's not get too excited. Now, I'm sure you can guess from the title of the movie that they end up at the Earth's core, but they only get there because things go tits up from the get-go. Things go from bad to worse when things heat up, then things freeze up, then they're going all over the place before they have a power cut and decide to investigate where they are. Whoa, hang on. Things are really hot, then things are really cold. Why the hell would you get out of your goddamn mole and investigate? Because I'm sure you would die. Oh no, that's just logic straight out the window. This looks like a set from early Doctor Who episodes, so keep your eyes peeled for cardboard cutout dialects. I'm not a Doctor Who fan, I just must say, but I am aware of the fact that they did use cardboard cutout dialects. Just saying. But wait, this B-movie has quality in sheer abundance, so check out the rubber monster stomping across the set while screeching like a sick parrot. Somehow it manages to give our main men trouble, and for some reason Peter Cushing thinks it's a smart idea to climb a tree while David attacks it with a stick. It's a big stick, oh yeah, but it's still a stick. Now, as you can see, it's amazing stuff, and David runs away like the hero he is, only to fall into quicksand. You goon! Oh no, quicksand, he's doomed. But then some sticks are thrown at the monster, and he's pulled out of the quicksand, and they're taken prisoner by whatever the hell these things are. And why do they talk in weird computerized gibberish? Weird Chinese Fu Manchu creatures probably isn't the correct political term, so I won't say that. And what happened to the rubber suited monster? It just disappeared from the story because fuck knows why. Aren't you blown away so far? It's so unintentionally amusing and fantastic, and when it's not fantastic, you've still got Cushing and McClure hamming it up to the max to make it fantastic. So our heroes are now part of the chain gang helping to smash up rocks. This is where we meet Dia. Now, she was in a film recommended to me some years ago called Star Crash, recommended to me by some acclaimed actor called Mark Overholt, aka Mr. Count Blood 2. I'll get back to him in a bit.
Crack open a beer with Johnny Shitcase and enjoy another Shitcase classic.
Anyway, so David instantly falls madly in love with Dia. Gee, I wonder why. Tits. Do you know something? I'd love to know how she managed to get her makeup done to look all pretty and everything while everyone else looks like shite. But maybe she knows where there's a hair and makeup beauty salon down there in the Earth's core. Oh yeah, it makes sense. You see, you think you've seen it all, and then the movie pulls a carpet from under you to give you a moment of pure class. Well, it improves, if you can believe that, when a second guy in a rubber monster suit rocks up and they do battle. It's pure WrestleMania, or it's even like those old Godzilla movies or an episode of Power Rangers. Either way you look at it, it's bollocks. So when the battle is over, the crew continue to march on while being feebly whipped by the cavemen. Then they have a break. Then they march on, and then they get whipped. Then they have a break. Are you seeing a pattern? They're taken to a cave where there's some pterodactyl creatures with light up eyes, so the cavemen put the crew into smaller groups. And this repeats several times for reasons I do not understand. Then guess what happens? Yep, on the move again, and then whipped half to death. Words fail me. They've got to pad out the time of the movie, so, what else can they do? Walk, whip. Brilliant. I love it. David's had enough of this walking and whipping bullshit, so single-handedly starts a riot like only he can and runs off like a nonce that's left his computer at PC World. He's disappeared before finding himself in more strife when this bozo attacks him and they have a fight. Now, it needs something more to make it interesting, so why not insert some carnivorous plants? That sounds like a good idea. Oh yeah. Randomly, David saves this random goon from certain death, and they become best friends.
David. David. Ra?
So Ra takes David to watch a free show to pass the time. Ooh, what kind of show is this then? Well, don't get too excited. It's just the pterodactyl creatures making noises again. And then they swoop down like the majestic creatures they are and attack the women.
They've got to be destroyed.
But who will step up to the job? Well, before we find out, here's my top 5 random bullshit moments. Number 1. Aside from being over the top of his performance, Cushing likes to say David. A lot.
David, my dear fellow. David. But concentrate, David. David! David! David? David! David! David? Oh, well done, David!
Number 2. When they were drilling through the earth and things heated up to the point of Cushing passing out, I honestly don't know what the hell McClure is doing here. Either way, he's out for the count, and the film should have ended right there and then, if you ask me. Number 3. Cushing is put to work chiseling on some stone tablets, and he amazingly has the ability to read this gobbledygook. How? Who knows? Who cares? Number 4. Some of the extras' wigs are top quality. It's clear and evident to see that this is where most of the movie's budget was spent. Well played. Number 5. Cushing and his epic tash has the greatest speech to the bird creatures.
You cannot mesmerize me. I'm British.
Yeah, that didn't work for you, lad. Unlucky. Ah yes, Mark Overholt. So as I mentioned earlier, let's have some pearls of wisdom from him, attempting to plug the movie better than I am.
If Planet of the Apes was a little too highbrow for you and the 1968 classic had a big budget that was too much like a studio film, well, have I got an indie for you. At the Earth's Core, starring Carolyn Monroe, who you may remember from Star Crash. Hubba hubba.
Yeah, well said. Moving on before we slip into a coma, David wants to throw rocks at the giant birds, but Ra stops the clumsy bastard and he falls into the pit. There's no danger though because they're all asleep after eating the women. Is bullshit, or is it bullshit? You have a big meal, you feel tired. This film is telling you the cold hard facts of life. This film is not bullshit. This film has a message, but that message is bullshit. Anyway, they're caught by the cavemen once again, and now our hero must battle a different rubber monster. Wait, hang on. What's our hero's name again? I forget. See, even the cavemen are sick of hearing him say David. You senile old tit. Let's see that again. Bosh! I've just thought, if anyone's ever wondered what the D stands for on my books, it's my middle name, which is in fact
David.
So yeah, brilliant. Peter Cushing getting involved in the promotion there for my books, which are incidentally all available on Amazon on paperback and download if you're interested in supporting a struggling author. This battle goes on for over 3 minutes, which may not sound long, but when it's constantly David fighting a plastic head close up and then watching it wobble around, it feels like eternity. I mean, look at this. How did this get overlooked by the following year's Oscars? There's no justice in this world. Nope. Anyway, David wins because he's Doug McClure and he used to be a cowboy. Oh yeah, fact. That scene had everything. Cushing hammering it up to the max, glowing eyes and alarm systems, a mention of David just for a change. Ah yeah. Gliding rubber monsters on wires and Ra stepping up to be Action Man. I mean, wow. That was priceless. I love it. But I love this more, and it really amused me. Everyone flees the scene, but the lava is keeping them trapped, yet one of the extras bolts it straight through. I mean, is this a mistake? Because the other extras are standing there like it's the hottest place on Earth. Well, they are in the Earth. Or another world, as David says.
I come from another world.
Fucking asshole. Do you know, maybe this guy had heard that the local pub had just opened and was like, let me out of this madhouse so I can drown my sorrows for wasting my life in such utter drivel. Utter drivel. I know the feeling. Anyway, moving on. Deer returns because she's been absent for half of the movie. She's just literally disappeared. I mean, she probably went in search of more makeup, probably. Her makeup does look good. I mean, she does look good, let's admit it. Anyway, so David saves him a frog with a flamethrower in its mouth. Yeah, a frog with a fucking flamethrower in its mouth. I'm not making this up. Look! Well, David doesn't save her because he just throws rocks at it like he does with all problems in life. It's actually Peter Cushing shooting arrows that I guess he's just made in mere seconds. Wow, that's just amazing. So our team gets on the move before this goon appears.
It's Jubal, the ugly one.
The ugly one. That's brilliant. Now David fights the ugly one and wins because, you know, he's David. This is where I lost all focus on the movie's so-called plot because of Caroline Munro. Say no more. You know, there's some fight in the caveman. Ra steps up to the hero by doing something to the lava at the cost of his own life. The bird creatures all get spears thrown at them because, you know, they're easy targets sitting around all the time. And then they blow up for no reason. And then they all run away because the entire place blows up. The end. What a finale. Oh, but as for the question you're all asking, does our main man get the girl before returning home in the mole? You idiot. Of course he doesn't. That would make too much sense. Why the fuck would she stay in a bullshit world to go into a world that is better than hers with a person that she's fallen in love with?
No, David. It's not to be.
So his heart now broken, he returns to the surface of the Cushion, who has to have the last say on matters just to make him feel a little bit worse.
David?
And that is the last spoken word in the film. Well, of course it was going to be. What else could it be? But hang on, the mole broke down, which is why they ended up where they did, to grant us this wonderful movie. So how did the mole suddenly start working again? And how did huge wooden scaffolding be constructed to act as a ramp? Think on, they've had no time to do anything. So they've gone from this to this. Maybe I should just stop nitpicking at these films.
Yes, indeed.
And the movie ends with them breaking through the ground at the White House, with British policemen standing there. Oh yeah. Well, that was an experience. It's certainly good for a laugh, it guarantees that much. And sometimes in life, all you need is a good laugh, so it's worked for me. Although I do feel like the mole's tunneled its way through my brain. So, unfortunately, I'm going to give this a lowly 3 out of 10.